What if you could take the magnesium with the highest elemental density, magnesium oxide, and make it just as bioavailable as some of the most absorbable? Well, I'm happy to inform you that technology has already taken form, and it's called Sucrosomial magnesium. This technology wraps magnesium oxide in a specialized protective coating that allows it to be easily carried across the intestinal wall and into the blood, with much more efficiency than any other form of magnesium. Hi, I'm Danny Curtin. Thank you for joining me today. Now, I'm going to show you why there are only two things that really matter. What's the payload? How much actual magnesium are you trying to deliver? And of that amount, what's the bioavailability percentage? That's what drives the real intrinsic benefits of magnesium, like relaxation, reducing muscle cramps, and helping your body properly utilize vitamin D and calcium. On the other hand, when less magnesium is absorbed, it tends to show up more through its extrinsic benefits, like loosening the bowels or working as an antacid. I've got to clear up the biggest source of confusion when it comes to magnesium supplementation, which lies directly in the question: what type of magnesium is best? The question isn't exactly accurate because technically they all deliver the same type of magnesium, elemental magnesium bound to a different carrier molecule. I made this magnesium comparison chart so you can see how this works. First on the list, magnesium oxide. It's one of the most widely used forms because it's got the highest payload of pure magnesium, about 60%. That means from 100 milligrams of compound magnesium oxide. Now again, we're talking about the entire weight of the magnesium oxide compound. You get around 60 milligrams of elemental magnesium. But the problem with magnesium oxide is that it's got the least bioavailability. Only about 4% can be absorbed. So when it's all said and done, you only get about 3 milligrams of usable magnesium. The next most common form is magnesium citrate, which supplies roughly 11% elemental magnesium, much lower than the 60% of magnesium oxide, which means from 100 milligrams of total weight, you'll have 11 milligrams of elemental magnesium and about 89 milligrams of citric acid and water. But here's where you can see the trade-off. Although magnesium citrate has a much smaller magnesium payload, it has a moderate absorption rate, about 30%. So in the end, the amount of magnesium you absorb is just about the same as magnesium oxide, 3 milligrams. Next, let's jump to one of the hottest forms right now, magnesium glycinate. It's very popular in television commercials, it works well, and it is very gentle. You can see on the chart that this form supplies about 14% elemental magnesium, but its bioavailability is extremely high, about 70%, maybe even more. So even though the amount of elemental magnesium is similar to magnesium citrate, when it's all said and done, you're absorbing a big portion of the 14 milligram payload. With the same weight and comparison of the previous forms, magnesium glycinate supplies roughly 10 milligrams of usable magnesium. No matter which form of magnesium you take, once it's broken apart and absorbed, all that's left are magnesium ions. Those ions move into your bloodstream and then into your cells. And guess what? Your cells don't know or care where they came from. The unique benefits that seem to come from different forms actually come from the carrier molecule the magnesium is attached to. Many carriers have benefits of their own, beyond the magnesium. Take taurine, for example. It supports heart health by regulating blood pressure and rhythm. But magnesium taurate doesn't send magnesium straight to the heart. The magnesium still works the same way as always, while the taurine adds its own heart-supporting effects. What really matters is how well the carrier helps the magnesium get absorbed. Everything else is an added bonus. That's why sucrosomial magnesium is such a breakthrough. This allows you to get the extremely high elemental magnesium payload of magnesium oxide, but with the high absorption of the most premium forms. In a recent clinical trial, people who took the same elemental dose of sucrosomial magnesium had much higher blood levels of magnesium compared to when they took the same elemental amount of magnesium citrate, magnesium oxide, or magnesium bisglycinate. So when you're shopping for the next magnesium supplement, my advice is to look for products that specifically use this patented technology. You'll often see it listed on the ingredients panel as sucrosomial magnesium or sucrosomial magnesium oxide. But don't let the magnesium oxide name fool you. It's the future of magnesium supplementation, and it finally solves the trade-off between potency and absorption. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which form of magnesium are you currently taking? If you have questions, I try to answer as many as I can, but subscriber questions are always answered first. Again, I'm Danny Curtin. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.